Okay, here's a quick video on IDE 64, our next generation typing and debugging and editing workflow. There's a lot of big breakthroughs in terms of syntax highlighting. It's color-coded, simple. You can visualize connections in a graph, and the quality of the text has been improved a lot. So to get started, let's look at a simple dashboard. So here, if we go in and start looking at, so you see at the bottom, some of the tabs are gray and some of them are blue. And so this color coding, the blue tabs are the tabs that are connected live from a live data source on the server. So this makes it really simple. We can see like this sheet here and this graph here, they're all in light gray. Now when you load in old material, make sure you click on your tab so that it updates. That's kind of our backwards, getting this to work with backwards compatibility. But the big picture is that they're all color coded. So if we go in here, for example, and I make an error, we'll see, now it's interesting, right? Like I typed there, and I'll make this bigger so you can see it. As I typed, this turned red and all these other tabs turned red. And the reason is they're connecting. This is a live data source that has some crosslinks off of it. And these are all connecting. So as a graph, like as a set of connections, they all turned red. We can click on Connect Global Graph and we can see that update here. So this was a problem people would have in the past. They would click on their dashboard and they would modify something and then the change would get pushed to the server, but they didn't realize it had all these downstream implications. So if I go over here and I hit play, well, it's going to give me that doesn't close the parentheses properly. Say if I make another area, say I link to something that doesn't exist. Here, I'll do that here. It'll tell me that the table doesn't exist. So it kind of guides you through the process, and you see as if it's broken, you can also mouse over it and it'll give you this highlight the error that you have. So that's really powerful. Now there's the other thing that you can do is you can use this as a bird's eye to go and navigate. Let's run this so it's examples. So it's working. And then you can just go click on these and navigate through all your everything that you're working with. This is super fast and easy to use. So then you can just flip through and say, oh, okay, I have this data source coming in here. This is a live data frame. You can see the box is a live data frame and the arrow is a connection. And so then we can see that. Now if I go to this one here and I add another piece here, see, let's say something that doesn't exist. Well, if I hit run, it's turned into a yellow state. I can see yellow down here because it's a warning. It's basically, this is a garbage column, but it's a valid formula. So it says, okay, we can run this, but it turns it yellow, so you know there is something you should probably correct there. The same thing applies, like if I just put garbage text around, say at the end of a recipe, it'll ignore it, but it puts it in this light. If I turn it here, I'll just go to here. It puts this in this light blue, so you can see that it's ignoring it. So those are some of the basics. Some of the other nice pieces is we can go in here and say I click in a crosslink recipe, and I'll just add a bunch of here. I'll click on something like this. I'll add a bunch of columns really fast here, and you can see it's dynamically updating. And if I go and tab through it too, the undo is really good. So the speed, and you can see it's updating. The undo is applying across tabs. So then it just completely undid everything. I just have to go up to the back and hit run. And it's quite beautiful. So the IDE has been improved a lot. If we look at a project like this, we can see, actually I'm going to go to Connect Global Graph. And you can see it's really good for, just at a glance, I can see, oh, okay, I have two data inputs. One of them is the expenses here. Here, I'll make that a little smaller. One is the sales. From the sales, I'm group summing the quarter and the year. I'm group summing the date. That's a chart. And so you could just see really quickly, see, oh, I can see everything going on. And the problem with errors in a dashboard is they act through a graph, right? If I make a mistake up here, that's going to affect all the pieces below. So this lets you visualize all those connections. I hope you found this video useful.